The traffic in New York City making its way back and forth between Manhattan and the borough of Brooklyn. Our setting tonight. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Tonight, we'll see the Brooklyn Nets as they play against the Golden State Warriors. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much. We have all heard the rumors regarding Kyrie Irving's moodiness. His teammate Kevin Durant said, Kyrie is an artist. He has his way of doing things, and I support him 100%. Irving said, human beings have mood swings. I don't have to be perfect. My teammates know who I am, and I'm proud of who I am. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Green is out there with Weissman. And it's Wiggins in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Nets, we've got LaMarcus Aldridge. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the 2. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
You know, I like Irving's creativity, but also his discipline offensively. He'll take whatever's available.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the players, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game, and it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
And Aldridge slams it in.
That's platinum-level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
And stolen by Harris. And now Harris running the floor all by himself. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. There's 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. Outside, KD pulls up on the wing, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
You know, you think back to his Achilles in the 2019 finals, that injury. Great to see Durant back in action. He's one of the best scorers ever. In my book, top 5 for sure.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins. The Nets shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
Yeah, you look at Durant's numbers, 50, 40, 90. He's made that club multiple times. One of the few players to accomplish that. And he seems to threaten those numbers virtually every year.
The Nets making a switch here. Millsap's checked in. It's Curry outside. Drains the three-pointer. Curry's got 6.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the center.
Oh, what a finish!
Good. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
And really, he came into the game with that long-range shot looking great. Boy, he can wind up with a crazy number of threes today.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. The deep 3 from Harden. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nets lead by 4. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And earlier we spoke with Klay Thompson about the value of someone he's known a long time, Draymond Green.
I realize how easy it is to get looks from him, using his big body, coming off screens. Him being able to stretch the floor, knock down threes is such an underrated factor for us. And like I said, he's unselfish and he's a really good teammate as far as getting you involved.
Greg, you think about the championships they've won together. Incredible connection between these two.
Yeah, I mean, they have different styles, play different positions, but both are tough, competitive, and step up when it matters most.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors, Curry and Klay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Wiseman's out there with Draymond Green, and it's Wiggins in at the small forward. Here's Griffin. Lays it up off the glass. Griffin's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. And that sends Andrew Wiggins to the free throw line. Jeff Green picks one up. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for the Nets.
You know, it's interesting. Some people say Wiggins should play meaner, but to me the most important thing is that he improves his overall game every year.
Here's Griffin, and oh, the block shot grabs it out of the air. From the arc, and there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Thompson. Curry's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Nets trailed by 4. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
He can't miss from deep. The defense has to regroup here, and I think in the arc.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Millsap. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Joe Harris is checked in for Jeff Green. And it's James Harden in for Patty Mills. Here is Harden. And he banks in the layup. Harden's got his second basket of the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Man, this has to fire Green up. Whenever he dunks it like that, it gets the whole team energized.
Here's Harden, and it's Harden slamming it down.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine even if he'd have missed it. I don't mind taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Warriors on top. They lead by a bucket. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Draymond, of course, not unusual to see you going up against bigger players. So how do you take advantage of that offensively?
I mean, you just got to take advantage of mismatches. You know, most of the time there's a big guy on me. If not, there's usually somebody trying to switch off. You know, I just got to know when to pop and just take advantage of the mismatches.
You've done just that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. They're in better shape now than they were at one point when they trailed by 8. They had a solid second quarter to go from a deficit at the end of the first to a 2-point lead at the half. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, they were lighting it up from 3, and that was the difference in the first half. They did a good job of running off screens, spotting up, and getting rid of the ball quickly. And their shot selection, solid.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
It's hard to believe they're still in the game with the way they play defense. I do believe in miracles. They're allowing over 60% shooting from the field. Listen, I bet the coach is giving them a very strong lecture right now.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Halfway through this one, plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Aldridge out there with Durant, then it's Harden, then there's Irving, and it's Harris in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
From the stripe, here's Aldridge, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Boy, Aldridge using those long arms of his to corral that offensive rebound.
Curry way out. He let it fly, and he gets it.
Boy, was that deep.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Harden inside the three-point line. The Warriors pull it in.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
Kicks it out to Wiggins. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Wiggins has got the lead up to 7 now for the Warriors.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And the basket by Harris.
Yeah, impressive shot there by Harris. He's in the league to make the hard shots, not just the open.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Here's Harden. Lays it in off the breakaway. Harden's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he?
The refs are much more lenient with that kind of situation than they used to be.
The third quarter comes to a close. Warriors lead by 5. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Green is out there with Andrew Wiggins. And it's Wiseman in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Harden the pass to Millsap. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Decisive on the catch-and-shoot jumper from Millsap. He's not going to let that opportunity go to waste.
Thompson for the triple. Knocks down the three ball.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
Harden, no good. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. 6-point game. Here's Wiseman. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Blake Griffin. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting a scorching 68% in the game. Here's Harden. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
I really appreciate how Harden handles contact, staying in control of his body, and tremendous balance.
And it's Wiggins missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
And the experience helping Green on these possessions, welcoming the chance to sink a big shot.
The Nets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They trail by 5. 50 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Stephen Curry.
And when a player scores over half his team's points, you know he's going to be our pick. Even when he's been the exclusive focus of the defense, they just haven't been able to keep him in check. A tremendous individual effort.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He talked about X's and O's, but he also said, hey, guys, we got to trust each other, stick together, and leave it all out on the floor. See if they've got enough left to get over the top, Kevin.
Boy, Andrew Wiggins, the former first overall pick, showing off his passing skills there.
Here is Harden. Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
You got to play mistake-free.
It counts! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
This is exactly what happens when you allow James Harden to heat up.
Wiggins finds Green. Now here's Wiseman. Here's Wiggins. Nice D from Durant. Timeout called the Nets. They're trailing by 2. We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
With a bucket.
A critical possession, no doubt. We'll see what they draw up.
And here are the Nets.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
The defense needs to be just as sharp, but it's not over yet.
Good! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Somebody lit a fire under Kevin Durant.
Curry with it. From deep three-point range, count it!
And you know Curry loves these moments. The passion, the energy. What a shot.
So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long.